Today, we're going to be a little bit more complex than we have been in the last couple of episodes, still talking about security. Now, what do you do if you think that maybe you have something weird going on your computer? Well, there's a couple of different things I want to show you here. I showed you Knock Knock the last time, and that is definitely going to be a good application to use if you think for whatever reason you may have some malware or someone has installed something bad on your system. So that's one thing. Now the next thing I want to show you is called Netiquette. Now Netiquette is, again, a pretty awesome little tool and completely free. In here you can see here's various different applications and processes which are currently communicating with the outside world, or at least outside of my MacBook, right? So it could be connecting with other things on my network, it could be connecting with things on the internet, and so forth. So I've got a few things here which you can see, right? Some of these things allow me to connect from externally into my laptop when I'm not here. There's my web browser. There's Netiquette itself, and there is Velociraptor, which is used to basically check things on a system remotely. So all these things are currently running on my system, and if I expand them out, if I do Cloudflare, for example, you'll see it's going from my computer on this port to this location on this port. And I can then take that IP address, I can copy it out, and I can then go to something like VirusTotal and search for that specific IP address and see if it is malicious. So this is going to show you all the different applications which are running, which have some kind of network activity currently going out. Now this list will change and update over time, right? So if I go to Arc and I decide I'm going to shut that down, notice that the Arc web browser disappears. The Arc helper still sits in the background in case I open up the application once again. If I were to go into DuckDuckGo and go to google.com, there you can see there's DuckDuckGo, and it is immediately tried to make a connection to a specific IP address, which likely is the Google IP address right there. So anything which opens and connects to the network, that's the kind of thing you can expect to see. So it might not be immediately obvious what's going on, okay? And that's where the problem comes in. Like if I want to take a look at this, you can see that it's showing it's going out Oculus VR, okay? That's interesting, right? But all that really is that's my, I don't think it's loaded here, but I have something installed on my system which allows me to put on my Oculus or Meta VR headset and actually use my computer with multiple screens through there, and that's where this comes into play. But you only get to know that really from experience. Now, if something random appeared up here and you didn't know what it was, let's say Velociraptor for example, you wanted to know where it was communicating. In this case, this is okay. I mean, it is okay because I know what it is, but it's showing that it's communicating with an internal IP address on a specific port. So I can then go and see which IP address this is, what it's trying to connect to on that system, and go from there. If it's going out to an external IP address, then you can obviously go and check that IP address and see exactly what's going on. What I would recommend is that if you're starting to see a lot of outgoing network activity to things like Russia or China, places where they don't have the best reputations, let's say, online, then it may be a good idea to go and block those things either from whatever firewall you use on your MacBook or at your router or router itself. Alright, so that's it for Netiquette, and it's pretty straightforward. you can save as JSON file. The preferences are pretty straightforward, and you can say hide Apple processes if you want, which if I uncheck that, immediately what you'll notice is that all of the individual Apple processes appear. Alright, so yeah, there's that. Alright, so the next thing I want to show you is an application called Red Canary Mac Monitor. Now this is used again as mostly as like a cybersecurity type of application. Again, if you think there's something weird going on your system, you can open up this application. I'm going to just try and... Oh, I don't think I can shrink it down here. Anyway, but all I'm going to do here, I'm going to hit start, and then it's going to log every single thing which is going on my Mac, right? Regardless of what it is, it's all being recorded. Okay, so we'll record it for just a few seconds here. I'm going to hit stop, and you can see down here we've got different process names which are being run, where they're being run from, what the command line is, and things like that. We can also throw up the mini chart, and it will tell you how all these different records have been broken down. Further, we can go into filters. Now, in filters, one of the nice things that we can do is that the same thing here as in Netiquette, okay? Drop platform binaries, right? What this means is that if we enable this, it's going to remove all of the built-in Apple items, which you probably want to do in most cases to try and find whatever weirdness is going on in your computer. So if we do that and hit close, and then we run start again, or in fact let's do clear, and then do start, you'll see not as many events get populated, right? And the ones which do get populated are from non-signed binaries from Apple, okay? So I'm going to hit stop again, go back to filters, and then we also have this artifact filtering down here. Now, at the moment, this is set to record or show absolutely everything. What we can do, however, is click on enable, and we can say exactly which items we want to look at, okay? Which is kind of like reverse logic, because you have to remove them from the actual results, okay? So if I now hit close, you see actually we don't have anything in here. But if I go back to enable, they'll all reappear. And you can do that on a event by event basis. But I definitely recommend definitely having that on by default. It comes, well, by default it comes as enable, but turn it off. Or enable, no, sorry, it comes as turned off, but enable it. And then also, depending on the kind of thing you're looking at, you can click on enable here and select the different items going down. So that's pretty much it for this. If you want to get more information about something, let's see, I can't remember exactly, event metadata, there we go. Right click on something, and it will tell you exactly where it's being run from, okay, what's being accessed, initiating process, which tells you what actually started that process to start with, okay. And so there's loads of interesting stuff in there. Now, because most of these are from Red Canary Mac Monitor and Screen Studio, there's not really a lot there, right? Let me just go and take a look at Velociraptor, for example. Okay, event metadata, and here you can see where is it being run from, right there. Okay, what's it trying to do? It's doing some kind of fork. And here you can see all the different things which the process-wise that are being shown there. Initiating process, again, will show you like where the application is being run from. So we have that. Also, right-clicking, you can do, if you want to show only what's coming from Velociraptor, you can do that. If you want to look at only what that event type is, you can do that, or you can filter again on user. Okay, so let's see if we just want to look at Velociraptor, for example. Oh wait, that did not work. I accidentally filtered that out and not Let's try that again. Alright, so if I want to get rid of Red Canary, I can filter that out. I can filter out Screen Studio because I'm using both of those applications right now. And there we're left with only Velociraptor in this case. Now, if you went through and removed all the applications that you were using specifically, that would obviously leave you with something which looks a little bit suspicious, and then it may be time to start worrying about what you found on your system. Alright, that's about it. Thank you for watching this episode. Next time, I think we're going to talk about VPN software and the purpose of having that. Alright, take care. I will talk to you next time.